Hello and welcome to White Glove Reviews. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Victorinox Evo Grip S54. And this is one of the Swiss Army knives that's kind of a, I don't know what you call it, a team up, a collaboration. When Winger, the other Swiss Army knife company, went under or got bought, they either went under or got bought, but basically Victorinox ended up kind of merging, and so Victorinox started making some of the style knives that Winger, it's W-E-N-G-E-R, I think it's Winger, that Winger used to make. And this is one of those knives. And one thing, first of all, with the Evo Grip knives, as you can probably see, there's a textured grip here, and it's a little different from the traditional style grip. And instead of being just smooth, you have texture, and it's sort of, I guess it's intended to be easier to handle. And I gotta tell you, first of all, this knife's a little big. Okay, this is the knife I carry around every day, and this is the Evo Grip. There are people who would make a very convincing argument that my Swiss Army knife is too big to carry around as a keychain knife or on a daily basis. This is a little more than that. The problem is it has some things I really think I'm going to like on it. Well, anyway, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this knife and see. So first of all, on the back, we have a corkscrew, and I'm guessing an awl. The traditional awl. Alright, already a couple things that make me sad. One, there's no little screwdriver in the corkscrew. This is probably quite easy to fix, though. Let me test out my theory. You can just pick up one of these and add it in, and you should be good to go. Alright, so that's one fixed real quick right there. Now, with any knife this size, I'm kind of sad that you don't have the little straight pin right there. They could have easily included one without a lot of problems. So I missed my little screwdriver, and I missed my stick pin already. Now you get a toothpick and tweezers. No pin though. Again, I really missed the pin. Alright, so first thing, you get the little small, like, nail file blade, instead of the traditional small knife blade with the normal Victorinox. Let me get rid of my keys so I can use this as an example. Alright, so you have a nail file instead of the small knife blade. So, I don't know. I like having the small knife blade and the large knife blade, but it's not like a deal breaker for me. I don't mind having an additional tool. So for the large blade, you have this one has one of the lock blades. As you can see, there's a little lock right here. Let me see if you can see it. The little lock right there. When you press down on it, it releases the blade so it can close, like so. It kind of seems like this knife blade is a little different shape. Let me check. Alright. Yeah. See that? There's the knife blade's a teeny bit shorter, and it's kind of got more of a, it's more of a wider, it's a little bit wider right here. Let me grab this. It's a little teeny bit wider. Yeah, it's just a little bit wider there. Alright, so I guess if you prefer this blade shape over this blade shape, that's not bad. Let's see what else we got. We got the pliers. Alright. Now, I don't think I'm a big fan of these pliers. The pliers are adjustable, like so. So if you want to have, like, if you want to get them wider. The problem is, if you adjust them out, they don't really close back so well. So, I don't know. That's one of the things you're going to have to decide for yourself. These are more pliers-like than the other pliers. You get they're a little bit more rounded. The problem, I like this part. I like this part right here versus having the spring that you occasionally have to replace. I'm just curious. I've never abused a Winger Swiss Army knife for years, so I don't know if this particular piece is prone to failure or not. It does seem like if you look at these from the side, let me see if I can get them lined up. You can see the metal on the traditional Victorinox is a little bit thicker than the metal on this pliers, on the Evo Grip pliers. Alright, so we got usual Phillips head screwdriver. That's pretty standard. You got a little wrench thing for turning bolts. I've never used one of these out in the real world in action. It seems like it might be okay. You sort of have a very limited range of bolts you can do even with this. There is no comparable tool on the Victorinox knives that I know of. And this, by the way, this is a Victorinox knife. Let me show you real quick. You can see on the blade. I hope you can see on the blade. See where it says Victorinox? I'm trying to get it in the light. Well, anyway, this is a Victorinox blade. This is a Victorinox knife. It's just made with some of the Winger features. So we look at those. Take a look at the scissors. Oops. Take a look at the scissors. And again, the scissors are a little bit different. They again use this piece right here instead of the replaceable spring. And again, I wish I knew. If y'all know in the comments, does this piece right here fail? Is this prone to failure? Because it seems like if this fails in this kind of knife, in this version of the knife, you're screwed. It just won't work. And with this one, you can replace it. They're not. I mean, I don't know. They're kind of a pain to replace, but they're replaceable. You can buy them if you need them. All right, so we got scissors, and this one has a saw. Wait, no, this is a fish scaler thing. All right. So we have a little fish scaler kind of hook thing, and I don't know. I never really got the whole fish scaler thing, but let's see if my knife has. Here we go. I happen to have a knife on my desk that I was just looking at that has the old style or the traditional Victorinox fish scaler. Alright, so you can see the difference right there. The normal traditional Victorinox one's a little bit longer. It doesn't have this weird thing right here. It doesn't have that right there. And it also has a ruler on it. A ruler like etched into it. If you can see that. Versus nothing on this one. I kind of think they missed not putting some kind of ruler there. So, got that. I'm surprised this knife came in handy. It was just sitting on my desk from a video a while back. Alright. So, we got that. And now, oh, okay. Of all the stuff that I really wanted, I really like this magnifying glass. I like this magnifying glass. I like the setup for this magnifying glass a lot better than the Victorinox one. And again, this is the Victorinox one, and this is the Winger Victorinox hybrid one. I really wish I could get this on like a cyber tool, and that would make me very happy. So that's one thing going very much in favor of them. Alright, so we got that. And next is a saw. And this is pretty much the standard Swiss Army knife Victorinox saw. Does my... Ah, it does have one. Okay. I'll show you real quick. This is from an older, far dustier Swiss Army knife. And again, the knife blades, they're a teeny bit different. The Victorinox one's a little, just a hair longer. And there's a little bit difference in shape. But in general, they're about the same. I think functionally, they would be pretty close. And then you got the nail file thing. If I can get it out. You got the nail file thing. Alright, so you got the file. And this is a pretty serious file. Let's see. Is this one has a file on it too. We can compare. Alright, so here's a comparison between an older Victorinox that, wow, this needs to be cleaned. It's been in my drawer forever. So here's the difference in the files. You can see that this one looks a little fancier. It's got the filing runs through the entire blade. This one you have the tip like so. It seems to me like this feels more like a nail file, and this one feels more like a more serious file. Anyway, so you got that, and then I'm gonna skip around a little bit. You got the traditional can opener. That's pretty much the standard, and you have there we go, the can opener. Actually, I'm sorry, the bottle opener. That bottle opener looks a little different. Let me show you. Alright. So the bottle opener, there's a little bit of difference in the bottle opener. Not an enormous difference, but there's a small one. So you got that. And lastly, you have the ruler thing. And I guess with the ruler thing, I can kind of see why they opted not to put the measurement on the fish scaler. All right, and you got a little button compass that pops out, which I guess works. Seems to work. I don't know. I'm not crazy about this thing being hollow like this, unless maybe they expect you to like stuff something in it. Let me see. It looks like you could fit something in there if you really wanted to. Like maybe you could fit like a couple of emergency matches or something. If you want to do something like that. I don't think that they shouldn't fall out with the way this sits in there. Because if you can see, you see how it's really snugly up against this? There's not a huge amount of space in there. So you could stick something in there if you wanted. Or maybe, I don't know, fold up and hide an emergency $20 bill or something. Anyway, kind of an interesting knife. It's a little big for my taste, but not bad. It has some things I really, really like about it, especially the magnifying glass. But some of the other stuff I just don't like. Like, I don't like the grips on the side of it. I want my pen, I want my straight pen, that kind of thing. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Is there a new Victorinox Winger hybrid that's just the perfect knife for you? Let me know what you think. And if there's a knife I should check out, let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I hope y'all have an excellent day.